some mice. I actually don't really know how this is going to work out, but we're just going to try it. Never done. I'm using like the YouTube app. Also, bonus dog who is trying to eat bees. So I'm occasionally distracting her with the hose. Well, that's kind of funny, isn't it? I don't know if the mic is picking up her chomping. Oh my gosh, she's an adorable dog, but she eats bees. Isn't that right, Nova? She's like a 1.5 year old German Shepherd. Oh, coming up on 2 years, yeah. All right, so we got here Deluxe M800 Mini. This is really frustrating. 2 Incot mice here, okay? 029 and the G23 V2. G23 V2, that looks right. 029 looks like the same mouse. So I don't know. And then we have an M3 Pro Max, a VGN Y2. So not actually all that interesting this time around. I'm going to do the ones that I haven't done before. Actually, no, let's do the G23, the 029. I'm pretty sure. So I bought one of these previously. Okay, let's see if we can do this here. I really should have thought like more ahead with this. Give some backdrop here, sure. Make that more interesting, I guess. I really should have thought more ahead in this, but oh well. I got one viewer. Hello. I don't even know how to check chat on this live thing here. But shout out my phone that has a little folding thing. So I can... Right now it's just propped up on itself. But not shout out to this knife that I need to change the blade on. Yo, Aliexpress, great place for blades. The other thing I want to say to the one person who's live. Oh, it's Logpile, dude. No way. Was this a care package or did you buy them all? I bought all these during the summer sale. I spent a pretty penny, but I don't know. Part of me is like gambling on the tariffs and stuff here in the U.S. Where are you from, Logpile? I forget. Oh, they actually did send it 029. No way. Yo, this I have been looking forward to. Shit, I need to go get my scale. I'm not going to go get my scale. Okay, before I move on, though, I got these during the summer sale, and I'm going to cover up my address so I don't get doxxed. Guys, see how I wrote Y2 on this? Out of the past dozen or so AliExpress packages I've gotten, maybe 3 of them have straight up been like the wrong thing. Where'd the dog go? Oh, she's there. Have straight up been the wrong thing. So when you do a dispute with AliExpress, they ask for photo evidence of the package. I think they're trying to verify that the address was complete and such. So don't throw away, again, don't want to dox myself. Don't throw away, those are my AliExpress packages. And because I got 5 mice here and a dog, I labeled them. You guys want to see her run up the stairs? God, that never gets old. I love my dog. I was not a dog person. I grew up with cats. Dogs are fun though. They have so much personality. Maybe it's just my dog. I don't know. Shout out, say in chat if you have a dog and what silly things they do. My dog, I don't know. She likes water a lot. So the 029, sorry, actually time to get into the recognize the profile pic. Oh, cool. Here's the 029. So yeah, this is like the G23 box. It says 029 on here. And I previously had to return a G23 V2 because, or 029 because they labeled it as a 029, but it was actually a G23 V2. And, oh, dude, those switch. Oh, this feels good. Oh, final mouse shape lovers. Yo, okay. Holy shoot. That's a quality mouse. Incot is their own OEM. I don't know if you guys know that. So this is pretty much a final mouse shape. Okay, so we have the 029. It is a small, very light. I don't know where the 029 name comes from, but I believe it's like 30, like mid-high 30 gram weight. The switches, it's using the new Huano and Incot collab switches. Do you guys do this too? Sometimes I like try to find a place to stick my little sticker right there. Not that I ever do anything with it, I don't know. The skates on this are really nice. They are that where the edge doesn't have the adhesive, so they're really nicely rounded because, you know, the edges basically become thinner. I can sort of feel, I can't see in the sunlight here, but I can sort of feel skiving marks, so these will probably take a little bit of time to burn it, wear in. On and polling rate. Okay, so there's no Bluetooth on this, but when you just go to Hertz here, then you can adjust the polling rate with the button. That's actually rather nice. Okay, so my initial impressions, I don't want to scratch up the feet on my concrete tabletop. The switches are really nice. They feel like a more crisp and spammable Huano 80 million transparent blue shell pink dot. These are really nice switches. They actually did a really good job with the collab. Yeah, the give, once it depresses, it stays down, which is nice. Scroll wheel is really good. The rubber on this is like super rubbery and grippy. Spammability, very spammable. Middle mouse, you can tell it's a plunger type. It's not a normal micro switch, so that's a bummer. I don't know why companies do that to save 0.5 grams. Side buttons, a little bit of teeter-totter. Sinking into the shell. Yeah, back one sinks into the shell a little bit. I don't think it'll get stuck, but this is pretty much a final mouse shape. Pretty much a final mouse shape. It looks satisfying to pull off. Thank you. There's my premium unboxing skills. And lastly, the coating is good. It's just like the other Incot mice. This is, dude, this is like, if you're not a fan of optical switches, I would say this is probably up there. Let's see, side flex. Yeah, definitely some side flex, but this is a very light mouse. I want to say this is like 35-ish grams. Somebody feel free to look it up in the 34. It's probably, I think it's like 34 plus. Wait a second. I have the, 029, 34 plus or minus 3. And the Pro with presumably a bigger battery weighs more. Okay. So I don't even know. This feels like the lighter version. It does feel slightly back heavy. If you grip right where the sensor is, there's slight rear weight bias. I'm really happy. I actually got the mouse I ordered. Oh my God, what a concept. Let's put that on the back here. Let's do another Incot mouse while we have it here. Open this sucker up. So this is the G23 V2. We have 7 people viewing. What's up, guys? Again, these were from the Aliexpress summer sale. That Rakuten code that Gaz and I shill. We try not to be like overly shill of stuff, but if it's something that benefits all parties, then I kind of say why not, as long as we're not obnoxious about it. But feel free to correct us if we get obnoxious about it. But Rakuten, 30% $30 USD when you sign up with our code, and then we also get $30. So you have to like make a qualifying purchase, yada yada. Shout out to, I got one qualified purchasee earlier last month, so thank you for the $30, and I'm glad you got your $30. So the G23 V2 is a GPX clone, and it's slightly refined from a GPX though, in a way that might be polarizing. It's less safe. There is more of a thumb groove here. The GPX has that ridge on the right side. After the ridge, it indents a little bit more. So basically there's a little bit more, like think a little bit of U2 styling, way not as aggressive as a U2, but a little bit of that sort of rounded hourglass feel. And then same thing goes in the buttons, in the main buttons. They gave it ever so slightly more comfort grooves than the GPX. Dimensionally, it feels a lot like a GPX. Side button placement feels GPX. But they don't feel crap like GPX. These are good side switches. Yeah, you get some shell sink in, but it's not bad. Scroll wheel feels just like the other one. Maybe, is that a bigger wheel? So something, okay, maybe this is me just being autistic. So, scroll wheels. So torque, it's a function of how much force and the distance from the center of rotation, right? So if you have a really, really itty bitty small wheel with a TTC gold encoder that's decently notchy, it's going to feel super notchy because it's so small. You're not imparting a lot of torque, so those notches are going to feel notchier than if you have like a giant wheel. You're going to be able to impart more torque. So I like it when we have smaller wheels because it'll make the scroll feel notchier. So I actually think, I don't know if these are different size scrolls. I think the G23s is bigger. What do you guys think in chat? I think it's bigger. It feels less notchy. So yeah, long-winded way of saying that. The switches are not as light They're actually better than the 029, even though this has more post-travel. Unpopular opinion, post-travel helps make switches more spammable. But this is really nicely built. Really nicely built. Very nice. Yeah, side wobble on mouse 2, but mouse 1 basically none. Side buttons are good. Skates again, those are really nice skates. Incot, dude, they knock it out of the park. They really do. I'm not even gonna go into the accessory. I'll leave it out here though. So yes, again, if you're just tuning in, I got these from the Aliexpress summer sale, and we unboxed the Incot 029, which is a final mouse clone. Pretty much, I would say clone. It's not a clone, but it has that, you know, deep comfort grooves, a little bit of an hourglass shape, kind of a narrow grip width, and yeah, kind of a safe hourglass shape. You know, think like a safer. Kind of want a G23 V2, but also want to wait for the Pro. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know what I thought this was a Pro. G23 V2. So is there a Pro coming with like different polling rate or something? I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, right here. So I don't know what the difference is, but I go for the cyan. The coatings. So on the non-Pro here, these coatings are fantastic. My wife just texted me. Sorry if you felt that vibration. She said, "Don't forget to take the dog potty." Yeah, the dog update. She is waiting there for this. This silly dog, dude, she'll like choke and start coughing on the water too, and she'll keep going for it. She loves the water games so much. Okay, back to the mice. This is a Dharmoshark M3S Pro Max. Let's see, how's the framing here? Hang on. So the M3 is, so if you guys don't know, Dharmoshark is the house brand of MotoSpeed. MotoSpeed is the OEM who originally was contracted by Final Mouse, okay? Final Mouse, up until they started doing the magnesium stuff, well, maybe they still do. MotoSpeed built all the Final mice up into the magnesium starlights. That's why Dharmoshark mice feel a lot like Final mice in terms of shape. So just like the 029, we have an hourglass shape. Excellent. Okay, good. I'm happy with this. So Dharmoshark, in yesterday's mousecast, Daz, or someone, maybe it was me. I thought Daz might have put it in the topic, but I guess it was me. What's an underrated mouse? And I actually said, unpopular opinion, newer Dharmoshark and Deluxe. They do a good job with, they've improved their QC. These buttons have a little bit of teeter-totter, but no really shell sink in. Actually, the back one does. That could be improved. Side buttons, not too bad at all. I'm actually putting a lot of force on there. The TTC switches, which are a little bit of a heavier, more tactile switch, I like them over Kale's. Scroll wheel is nice and spammable, really decently notchy too. So the Pro Max here comes with a big fat battery that I can already tell is making this back heavy, but that's easily fixed by a battery swap. Oh, I also have the dongle in here. Oh yeah, that actually did help it. But these newer Dharmosharks do have a nice coating. They do have a nice coating. It's like Wise Owl's coating, so it's not Viper V3 Pro level, but it's nice. And also bigger skates on these, even if I peel this guy up here. So I'm probably going to weight mod this one. You can see the skates here. They got that really nice rounded edge without adhesive. So yeah, Dharmoshark, it's just like think like a ULX Tiger, but actually a little bit larger. Maybe, I don't know, check ELO shapes. This might be BeastX Max size, possibly even bigger. This is a slept-on large mouse. I know people like to poop on Dharmoshark, but Piezogal has decent reviews of them. They're pretty widely available regardless of region. Yeah, all right, let's move on to the next one. So the next one, this was a hyped-up mouse. I said earlier that Deluxe and Dharmoshark, newer stuff has been good. Daz was not impressed by the Deluxe M800 Mini. He said it feels like older Deluxe stuff, which is a real shame because some of their newer stuff, like the N5, or wait a second, that was Dharmoshark, did the N5. Deluxe's newer stuff, M700 Pro, that's like a large ambi with a really big old hip flare. I rather like it. They also make a lot of stuff compatible with Omron opticals. You run into switch grinding issues. I don't know if it seems to be a shell problem, but like logically, once you solder it in, once you solder Omron opticals in, they have the pins for it. They work. They work. Feel free to leave a comment in chat. I am reading chat here. This is my first time on my phone. How's my battery life? It's 55%. Okay. Yeah, feel free to leave a comment in chat what you got on your desk right now. So, as I struggle to open this box, again, I got all this stuff during the Aliexpress summer sale. You combine coupons and Rakuten, it was basically like 40% off. Yeah, my Rakuten account right now, just to show you guys how much freaking money I spent. Oh my gosh, I can't get this thing out. Oh, there we go. I have like $300 in pending cash back on Rakuten right now, so I don't know. I saw a post today on Mouse Review that was like, what do you people do with all these mice if you collect them? And I don't know. I try not to chime in because I have like an insane collection, but I try to be cash positive with, or cash neutral with all of it. So I do a lot of buy, sell, trading, refurbing. So kind of my rule of thumb is I keep a spreadsheet of it all too, because when I resell, I don't want to have to, here in the US, we have to pay tax on stuff, but maybe there's some rules that I've actually recently changed. Okay, I think I already disagree with Daz a little bit. So, oh man, YouTube drama, Phalanges and Daz disagree. Actually, I don't know. I literally just touched the mouse for 2 seconds. Let's take a look. So we got this beautiful red colorway. Deluxe's skates are interesting. They are nicely rounded and they're white, if I can get this off, but they're like kind of translucent. Oh, if I actually stay in frame, sorry about that. And they have like, oh, these ones aren't bad. Okay, never mind. The other ones had like pretty bad skiving marks. This actually feels pretty buttery smooth, kind of like a core pads would be. That's nice. Let me put it in the top of the box here. The red in person looks nice. Am I weird that I kind of wish there was a Deluxe logo on it? The Deluxe logo is decent. It's just that X. And without a logo, it makes it look like no-name brandy. Oh, dude, yeah, that's a good shape. That's a good shape. I'm sitting here smiling, sitting in my backyard, freaking mice on the table. Side button wobble a little bit. Comfort grooves are noticeable. Coating, there isn't really one. It just feels like smooth plastic. A lot of these metallic mice feel this way. Side buttons. Ooh, good. Back one has some teeter-totter, and you probably could push it into the shell if you really tried. Front side button, very solid, very solid. Not a lot of teeter-totter, too. I like that they are glossy, so you get a textural difference. They're well-positioned, too. I love forward bias. Like, for me, put it way the frick up here, but this works quite nicely. And, yeah, I should go grab a Viper Mini to shape compare. You guys feel free to check out ELO shapes. Use code ELO. No affiliation from me, but he's just a cool guy who literally spends like every weekend. Go check our mousecast interview with Elo. He literally spends like every weekend updating with new shapes and working on new features. The clicks feel good. Deluxe's, what are these? These seem too tactile to simply be, these are actually really, really well implemented mechanicals. Again, usually I'm an Omron optical pilled enjoyer, but yo, yeah, I think I'm going to disagree with Daz on this one. This feels good. This feels proper. The lack of a coating, the lack of a logo does make it kind of initially feel like a budget mouse on the surface. Middle mouse is spammable. Scroll wheel is only like 5 out of 10 tactility. That's kind of a bummer. I'll probably mod that. Weight balance is definitely back heavy. Big skates, though, are nice. The shape is fantastic. It's just a really good aggressive claw shape. Safe. I'm happy with this. I'm quite happy with this. I guess if I had to complain, other than the lack of a logo, the metallic red's a little bit dull. It's kind of a little bit more grayish purple in the sun. I don't know. It's funny, my mice are getting warmed. Watch, one of the lithium batteries gonna explode. At least it'll be caught live. So let's move this guy to here. So again, if you guys are just tuning in, Deluxe M800 Mini, Dharmoshark M3S Pro Max, Incot G23 V2, and Incot 029. This is, I think so far, well, first of all, I think this is going to be my favorite so far because I've always been a, oh no, I don't know. These are both really good shapes. These are both really good shapes. The Incot's a better execution. The Deluxe might be a little bit of a better shape. Hard to say. Let's go on to the last mouse that I'm actually using to prop up my phone right now. Which is a... How's the doggy doing? She's eating bees, probably. VGN Y2. Oh, look at this aesthetic unboxing that I'm like not properly lit for. So I actually already unboxed a VGN Y2, but I got the Pro version and I toasted the switches, the switch pads, trying to solder in Armor Opticals because it did support it. But I just reordered it because the Armor Opticals in this feel so well implemented. And I've got to say, yes, this is phenomenal. So it's an NPO1S shape clone pretty much. Perhaps a little bit modified. The weight's insane. The Armor Opticals feel really good in it. It has a good coating. It feels like the Incot coating, where it's a grippy coating. It's just, it feels thin. The skates are nicely rounded on this. If I recall, on the Pro one that I have sitting upstairs with the toasted PCB is the skates were not. They were maybe, I want to say, a weaker point of the mouse, but they're still fine. Think like Pulsar skates. My wife just texted me streaming from the backyard, LOL. Yep. Middle mouse again. They use that dumb, they don't use a micro switch. They use the little plunger switches, which I don't like. Scroll wheel's nice and rubbery, decently notchy, like 7 out of 10 notchiness. Yeah, very lightweight. I want to say this guy comes in at 41 plus or minus 2 grams. Yep. And that is with a 250 milliamp hour battery, so you probably won't be battery swapping this. So yes, I'm quite pleased with these, and yeah, feel free to leave any questions in the chat. I haven't seen any new chats, but thank you guys for stopping in to my backyard. Let's go play with the dog a little bit before she eats more bees. All right, doggy. Do you guys have pets? You guys have a dog? I have a German Shepherd. Her name is Nova. She's coming up on 2 years old, and she loves playing out here in the yard. Unfortunately, I have her on her short leash right now, so I need to not be too aggressive with it. Well, Nova, what do you say I turn off the stream and we get some Frisbee time in? Huh? Sit. Sit. Nova, spin around. No, come here. Good girl. Spin around. Good girl. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Paw. Paw. Let's see if she can do paw from here. Come here, Nova. Paw. Good girl. You get water. She's okay, guys. I'm not torturing my dog. Oh, yeah, I built this tech, too, by the way. That was fun. My dad helped me out, too. Yeah, where Daz and I live, we definitely get 4 seasons here, but it's nice on more mild days. It's about 76 Fahrenheit out right now. I don't know. What is that in Celsius? 27? Oh. Yeah, composite deck. It's been nice. Nice to chill out here under the shade. Yep. Okay, well, I think that's going to be it for the live stream. So, thank you guys so much for checking in, saying hi. And maybe I'll stream more this weekend if I can get some gameplay, stream some Battlefield on one of these mice. See you guys.